Hey everybody. Uh, Hi everyone and welcome back to Pixie's live. I hope everybody is doing good. Um welcome back to another day, another live. It's your girl Masha here, and today we're going to spend a long and just a real quick deep dive. And yeah, guys, it's the end of the week. I hope everybody had a lovely week. Hope everybody was safe this week. I hope everybody had a good week, a productive week. And yeah, before we start, I want you to settle in, maybe stretch a little, relax your shoulders, let your hands rest comfortably, take a deep breath in and out. Today's session isn't just about numbers, charts, or coins. It's about context. It's about understanding the forces shaping crypto, understanding global shifts, economic movements, sentiment, and trends that ripple into the blockchain world, guys. So, yeah, man, let's just get right into it. Um, Yeah, and basically, quietly, subtly through all of this, of course, we need to talk about our girl Pixie, who she is, why she exists, and what she quietly represents in this complex, noisy, and sometimes chaotic crypto space. So yeah, guys, let's just get right into it. So basically, let's just start by grounding ourselves into the bigger picture. Crypto doesn't float in a vacuum. It's not an isolated ecosystem. It's deeply interconnected with global economies, international politics, regulatory environments, technological adoption, and even public sentiment. So every tweet, every single headline, every central bank announcement can have a direct effect, guys. Sometimes subtle, sometimes dramatic, sometimes only felt days later. When the global stage is turbulent, guys, crypto often becomes the first responder, reacting emotionally, sometimes irrationally, sometimes with clarity. And today we're going to explore exactly what that looks like, how it manifests, and what it could mean for the projects we care about, including our fairy friend Pixie, guys. So yeah, let's just take a sorry, not a micro, a macro lens. Right now, the world is in a fascinating, almost paradoxical moment. Major economies are simultaneously tightening policies and experimenting with digital infrastructure. Inflation in some regions, remains sticky, yet interest rates hover in a delicate balance. And then global debt levels are scrutinized, consumer behavior shifts quietly and sometimes suddenly. And basically, crypto acts as a mirror, Basically, it reflects both fear and hope. When global tension rises, volatility rises alongside it. When government signals are mixed, markets waver. Then, when international agreements stall, liquidity slows down, guys. Yeah, so like basically right now central banks are sending hints, just what's happening, globally. Right now central banks are sending hints that the era of easy money is nearing its end. Liquidity, which we can think of as the very oxygen of crypto, is basically tightening. Without oxygen, breathing becomes slow and the market slows with it, guys. And as for investors right now, this is a time to watch carefully, to assess, to reflect. to measure against risks to measure risk against potential reward, guys. So yeah, man, that's basically what's happening right now out there. And yeah, let's get more specific. Global events quietly shape the market in ways many people overlook. Right now, there is geopolitical tensions between major powers, trade policy shifts, energy and supply chain concerns, rapid technological adoption, and regulatory ambiguity all converge. So, individually, these may feel minor, but as a collective, they can all ripple into markets with surprising force, guys. Yeah, and let's just dive deeper into what's happening, just what I've read up, collected. If you guys too have anything that you have read up, no, you could definitely drop it down below in the chat, just to let the community know as well. So yeah, right now, investors, large and small, are watching for signals. They seek clarity that rarely comes, and when clarity is absent, speculation becomes louder, guys. Hope amplifies, fear intensifies, and crypto reacts with amplified emotions. This environment is exactly why Bitcoin pauses, Ethereum hesitates, and altcoins fluctuate unpredictably. Yeah, guys, narrative, what people believe, what stories they buy into often overshadows utility alone. So yeah, and then let's just move right on to traditional markets behavior. So with that being said, as of right now, stocks are wobbling, careful, cautious, uncertain, not crashing though, but oscillating. And then with institutional investors, they are observing, but they are not really rushing. And then, liquidity pockets dry up, risk tolerance drops, traders hold stable coins, waiting for the next move. And then, whales remain patient, sitting on the sidelines, occasionally shifting positions, guys. So, yeah, that's really just what's been happening so far. Are y'all still keeping up with me or not? Just let me know down below in the chat if I should slow down or you guys are keeping up with me. Just let me know. So yeah, as of right now, just more behavior, retail interest is the spark that often ignites crypto. Whales are the fireplace that sustains it, and currently the spark is dip, but it's not extinguished. We are basically in a preparatory phase. Energy is building quietly, and we are really just waiting for a release, guys. This is an important context. It's not a time for rash decisions right now. It's a time for observation, reflection, and understanding where real value exists. Not just price, but identity, community, and story. And in this context, our girl, Pixie, has a unique and quiet advantage, guys. So yeah, and I'm sure you're probably asking, with everything that I've just said right now, what does that mean for us? We are right now, basically, we are in a moment where patience is more powerful than excitement. So, meaning it's the long term game, essentially. Where observation can be more valuable than impulsive action, where projects with identity and story quietly hold value, even if the price movement is slow. And basically Pixie fits right into that space, quietly growing a community, building lore, and embodying a story that transcends the charts, guys, meaning it goes beyond the charts. So, yeah, that basically concludes our macro perspective, which is basically the global setting, the mood, the atmosphere that all crypto exists within. Next, we'll dive into, Bitcoin and the major cryptocurrencies, basically the heartbeats of this market, guys. So, yeah. All right, guys, now that we have a sense of the global picture, I want us to zoom in on the backbone of crypto market, which is essentially Bitcoin and the major coins like Ethereum, Solana, and the others. So, yeah, guys, let's just get right into it. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. Let's basically dive straight into it. So, yeah, oh, there's a lot to unpack today. So yeah, guys, basically, Bitcoin is not just a coin, it is a sentiment gauge. It is the pulse of the market, meaning every movement here signals shifts everywhere. So today we're going to look deeply at the charts, at price action, at historical context, and at what it could mean for the weeks lying ahead, guys. So I hope you guys are still keeping up with me. I hope you guys are still active. I hope you guys are still, um, you know, fresh and awake. It's the end of the week. So yeah, let me just dive right into it. So right now, Bitcoin hovers near the late approximately the late 80,000s mark. The chart shows consolidation. Just from what I've seen today, it shows consolidation, a period of sideways movement after recent highs. The volatility still remains, but in measured doses. So this consolidation could signal one of two things. So either the market is preparing for a breakout, essentially an up or a down, or it's digesting previous gains, which means it's building a foundation for a sustained move later. Then, from a technical perspective, the key moving averages show that Bitcoin is still above its 200-day SMA, which suggests long term support does indeed remain intact. Yet, the RSI indicates a mild fatigue among buyers, meaning that enthusiasm is still present, but caution dominates, guys. So, yeah, and then for investors, this is a crucial moment to watch for signals, not to react impulsively. And for projects like Pixie, this is basically a time for quiet growth. While Bitcoin stabilizes, communities can strengthen, stories can grow, identities can root themselves in ways that price alone cannot capture, guys. So, yeah, I hope you guys are still keeping up, still following with me. And yeah, let's continue. And then with Ethereum, Ethereum currently right now trades, below the $3,000 mark. The network continues to process thousands of transactions per second. Um, Layer 2 solutions are expanding, NFT activities remain silent, yet price action is cautious, guys. Then Solana has seen dips, but Also, renewed institutional flows into ETFs and staking programs. Other majors, Cardano, Avalanche, Polygon, exhibit stability in ranges with selective spikes driven by project specific news. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot to take in. There's a lot happening, guys, out there. So I hope you guys are keeping up, still following with me. And yeah, and basically what I've just said right now, this is important. Even when prices stall, guys, the ecosystem develops, new chains emerge, new protocols launch, and identity driven tokens like Pixie once again gain traction because their story is independent of immediate price swings. So, yeah, basically, with a strong community, we remain independent of all of that, guys. So, yes, we are definitely built on community. Yes, we are strong no matter what is going on out there in the markets. It's currently rough right now, but yes, we are stronger together, guys. So, yes, community is essentially important. And, let's look at, right now, let's just move on and look at sentiment. Bitcoin dominance remains high, while, sorry, while BTC leads, altcoins often follow cautiously. Community sentiment is mixed with basically, optimism among retail, caution among institutional players, curiosity among new entrants. This is exactly why narrative matters, guys. So, a token like Pixie, which has lore, identity, and history, provides a stabilizing culture anchor. So while traders react emotionally to the BTC's shifts, Pixie quietly strengthens a community of believers who see the story beyond the charts, and a story that basically transcends the charts, guys. And then, looking forward, analysts often discuss potential scenarios. So, first scenario is, uptrend breakout. Bitcoin could move above resistant levels, triggering renewed altcoin activity. And then, secondly, sideways consolidation, which is, maintaining ranges, allowing communities to grow quietly without price destruction. And then last but not least, downward correction, guys. So, which is basically markets test lower support, shaking out speculative positions. So, for long term strategy, it's essentially vital to separate emotion from observation. So this is, use the charts to guide decisions, but also remember the power of story, the power of identity, and the power of community, guys. So basically, our girl Pixie thrives in moments like these, quietly building while the market focuses on the noise out there. We are building, you know, brick by brick. And yeah, guys, so sorry, pardon me. So as we reflect on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and other majors, price is one layer, sentiment is another, community, identity, and narrative form the third layer. In this multi layered market, Pixie exists not just as a token, but as a living story, resilient, identity driven, and ready to shine when opportunity rises. Next, we move on to altcoins, emerging chains, and the trends that are quietly shaping the next phase of crypto. So yeah, guys, let's just keep it moving, keep it rolling. I hope you guys are still keeping up. I hope you guys have your drinks, are relaxed and still intact. So yeah, let's move on to altcoins, chains, and emerging trends, guys. So all right. Yeah, let's have a moment and look at the altcoins. So altcoins are the playgrounds of creativity, the spaces where experimentation meets culture, and where narratives start to form that can shape entire communities. Yeah, and while Bitcoin provides stability, altcoins provide stories. They're where culture, memes, and utility intersect. And yes, sprinkled quietly in the background. Oh, I know y'all. We keep adding our girl Pixie in the mix, but we have to, But yeah, our fairy Pixie exists in that space as well. A unique identity driven token quietly growing amidst the chaos. And then, let's just have a breakdown. Let's just move on right now to some chain by chain insights. Let's break this down chain by chain because the ecosystem is diverse and each chain has its own flavor, guys. So right now, Solana, she has seen recent dips. Recent dips have created buying opportunities. Institutions continue to explore Solana ETFs. And then with Ethereum lately, layer 2 adoption continues to grow, especially with reduced gas fees and better scalability. Then with Cardano and Avalanche, which is, slow, consolidating, but strategic partnerships are generating long-term value. And then last but not least, Polygon, which, their NFT activity remains strong, bridging Ethereum users to cheaper and faster solutions. So, yes, guys, that's currently what's happening right now with each of these chains. I hope you guys are still keeping up with me. But yeah, with each chain, we see tokens that experiment with community identity, tokenomics, and creative art. This is exactly where Pixie thrives, blending a recognizable identity, community loyalty, and narrative with blockchain utility. And then yeah, guys, let's just look at emerging meme and culture tokens. Now, a lot of people focus on traditional altcoins, but let's talk about meme culture tokens, not just for hype, but for their ability to shape culture. So as of right now, meme coins now are evolving. Some combine utility with culture, some launch NFT collaborations that extend their brand. And then last but not least, some become social experiments, observing how communities organize, vote, and influence adoption. Yeah, Pixie is unique here. She's not just chasing the next viral moment in terms of what's happening right now in the meme coin space, in culture. She's not just chasing the next viral moment. She's taking the ethos of meme culture and embedding it in a story with legacy, history, and purpose. Basically a fairy in a sea of tokens, yes, but with wings that can fly beyond short term hype. So, yes, guys, definitely our girl Pixie is here not for the short term game, but for the long term game, guys. Hope y'all still keeping up and everything. But yeah, let's, basically move on to upcoming trends and patterns. Basically, what should we watch in altcoins and emerging chains. So first but foremost, increased hybridization, which is meme plus DeFi and NFT and staking models. And then, secondly, community driven launches. So basically, holders have voting power, influencing token direction. And then, last but not least, real world bridging. So some projects are tokenizing real world assets, offering tangible utility. So for identity driven tokens like us, Pixie, this is the perfect stage. A small but dedicated community can grow and influence quietly, steadily, in parallel with the market frenzy. So, yes, Pixie's fairy light is subtle but consistent, guys. Basically a guiding symbol for long term believers. So, yeah, when we're looking at altcoins and emerging chains, price is one metric, adoption is another, but identity, narrative, and story are just as critical. And in this ecosystem, basically, our girl Pixie quietly rises not just by chasing trends, but by providing meaning. So yeah, I know we've looked at what's happening globally, what's happening in the chains. I'll just like to take this, chance just to dive deeper into who we are as a community. For those of you who don't know us, I just want to take this moment to just introduce you guys to, who we are, what we stand for, what our meme coin is about. And for all our returning viewers, let's get to know our girl Pixie deeper. You know the vibes. You know how it goes by now. So, yeah, guys, let's get right into it. So, yeah, now let's just focus entirely on Pixie. We've seen and we've spoken about what's happening out there in the markets and the chains, altcoins and everything. But now I just want to take this moment and focus on our fairy. So, yeah, this chapter is for all our new community members and also for those who have been here since the beginning. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. And thank you for just being in the community, supporting the community at all times. We truly and deeply appreciate it. And, let's just connect deeper and get to know our fairy more. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Pixie is not just a meme coin, she is a symbol, a story, a living artifact of crypto culture, a bridge between the earliest days of blockchain and today's community driven Web3 environment. So yeah, let's just get to know our girl Pixie, how she came about. For those of you who don't know, I just wanna introduce you to who our little fairy is. So back in 2009, the very first Bitcoin.org website had something hidden in plain sight. So it was basically a little Easter egg, a tiny fairy, basically spirit. She was playful, subtle, a wink to the future, a hint that crypto could be more than just code, that it could be a whole culture movement, guys. Then basically years passed. And when I mean years passed. Bitcoin grew, blockchain evolved, most early secrets were forgotten, but Pixie remained quietly waiting in digital memory. And then someone discovered her, and the vision was born, basically to bring Pixie to life as a living token, a fairy with story. I mean, a fairy with story, yes, a fairy with lore and identity, bridging early crypto magic with modern decentralized finance, guys. She is not faceless. She has a personality, a vibe, a present. And, her story is, she is playful, yet wise, hidden but resilient, historical, yet forward looking and gazing into the future. And she is the future. And yeah, you guys as the community members are her keepers, her narrators, and her wings. Each holder becomes part of her ongoing tale. So you are our fairy's anchor to each and every viewer watching this live. You are her anchor. You are what keeps our fairy grounded and intact. So, yes, guys, keep the engagement within the community. Keep, you know, just being there and just doing the most. And yeah, just let's keep the engagement rolling, guys. And Pixie is stepping further into the digital world with NFTs, guys. We do have NFTs coming up. Please do keep up to date with all our latest updates on our X community, because that's where all our latest updates are, as well as our Telegram family. So yeah, these are not just collectibles, they are law carriers. With each NFT coming up, it will embody part of her story, her personality, and her fairyverse. You know, just imagine, and this is all just, what, is coming in the future. Yeah, basically, just imagine limited edition fairy wings, story cards, and visual artifacts that capture her essence. These NFTs will be a bridge connecting you, the holder. If you have bought Pixie yet, if you haven't, please do your research and, only invest what you can afford to lose once more. Just a disclaimer. But anyways, connecting you as the holder to special privileges, exclusive content, and interactive experiences, guys. So yeah, the Fairyverse expands as we create it together as the community. Each holder contributes to the narrative. Every art drop enriches her story. Each interaction strengthens the identity of Pixie, guys. So yes, keep the engagement going, keep the interactions going. Every single engagement and interaction matters, guys. So yeah, in a market dominated by fleeting hype and quick flips, basically our girl Pixie offers depth. She thrives because she is identity driven. She thrives because she is anchored in a story. And last but not least, she thrives because her community, and her community is you guys, the viewers, who believes in something beyond the price. And us as the Bitcoin Pixie team, we thank you for believing in our fairy. So, just to summarize, Pixie is history and the future combined. She is playful, resilient, and culturally meaningful. Her NFT universe is expanding, providing tangible and digital utility. So, yes, guys, NFTs are coming up and I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too also excited for that. Yeah, next, let's just move on, from our girl Pixie, because yeah, I hope all of our new community members know her by now. If it's your first time viewing this live, that is basically our meme queen, who she is, what she's about. And yeah, I just hope you love her as much as we do. And yeah, guys, right now, let's just move on from our girl Pixie, and let's just discuss predictions, future parts, and reflective long form insights for the crypto market and Pixie's continued journey. So, yeah, let's step back, reflect, and think forward and look forward. what could the next few months bring? Where is the market headed? And basically, where does Pixie fit into that evolving landscape? We'll examine scenarios, potential paths, and ideas that guide thoughtful observation, not trading impulses. So, with the market predictions right now, um, Bitcoin could either consolidate further or attempt a breakout. Then with Ethereum may continue layering solutions for scalability. Then Solana and other chains may see renewed inflows from institutional and retail investors. And then the important factor is that the market is increasingly selective. So not every token will flourish, not every meme coin will survive, but identity driven, story rich tokens, guys, like Pixie, will stay having power. And then, let's just move on to altcoins and meme trends continued. With altcoins will continue experimenting. New NFT collaborations will emerge, and then social tokens will blend with DeFi mechanisms. And then, last but not least, meme coins will influence culture, as much as price does. And then basically, Pixie exists at the intersection of these trends, guys. So she is a meme token with history, a cultural artifact with future utility. Yeah, with future utility. Her community shapes the narrative, which is you guys. You guys have all the control, all the power. So yeah, her story adds stability, you know, amidst the chaos. And then for holders and believers, the focus is long-term vision. Build with the community, engage in art, law, and the NFT initiatives that are coming up, guys. Hold identity driven tokens for more than price speculation. You know, when the markets move fast, the story may seem secondary, but over time, guys, over time, I promise you now, narratives endure. Pixie's fairy light is not immediate, it's sustained. So, yeah, looking forward, Pixie could expand, via, oh no, like actually we are, these are just a couple of things, you know, we've just been discussing and all, NFT law drops and collectibles, cross-chain integration, collaborations with other meme and identity-driven tokens. And, some of the things that I'm mentioning right now are basically some things that we have already incorporated and initiated. So, yeah, but it's just a blend of things we have done, we're looking to do in the future, or things we are currently discussing to do. So yeah, just stay up to date and everything. Basically community initiatives, and then interactive storytelling and gamification. So everything that I've just said right now, some of the things we are currently doing, some we're looking to do, and some are currently in discussion and basically deliberation. So yeah, each part strengthens her identity, reinforces the community, and ensures she remains culturally relevant. So yeah, guys, I think we can wrap up our live for this, basically the session. For today, we've spoken quite a lot. We've spoken about a lot of things. Um, there's a lot that was mentioned today. So, yeah, I think we can wrap up things. So, as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this. Crypto is not just charts and numbers, it's identity, culture, and story. And basically, Pixie exists as a bridge between the earliest magic of blockchain and today's evolving narrative. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for spending this time with me, reflecting, analyzing, and basically imagining with me. Remember, the market moves, stories endure, and fairy lights shine quietly but persistently. So, yeah, guys, I think that concludes our live for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I truly appreciate each and every single viewer. You guys have been awesome for the past couple of days and weeks. And, I hope we get to build a bond in the days and months and years lying ahead. So, yeah, guys, you know the vibes. The same time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time every single day. We're here, right here with your girl, Mashe. 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 9 p.m. South African time. And if you are from anywhere else in the world, just let me know and I will mention your time zone here, right here, as we end the live session. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And your girl, Mashle, is out. Love you loads, guys, and have a great and safe weekend. Bye.